Heyho friends, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you my PVE build of Assassin's Hero class, the Nameless One. Nameless is a melee dual Dejas user that can attack his enemies with both auto attack and skills, allowing him to deal high frequency DPS. Unlike Assassin, this hero class can't use any poison element in attacks, but thankfully he can use any other elements for his attacks. In addition, Nameless uses two strong clones to deal damage that copy both his auto attack and skills. And even though this class is for PvP, can this class be useful for PvE too? Let's find out together! Before we start, don't forget to show some loves, like and subscribe. Alright, let's do this! First of all, I'm going to show you how the stats will be distributed and which attributes are important for instances. Strength is your basic stats to boost your attack, so max this out. Luck improves your crit in general, but in case of Nameless, you can gain penetration from every 6 luck. In addition, luck can improve your survivability thanks to his passive, so definitely max this out. You can put the remaining points to fit for survivability and to improve your crit damage if you use FLyTuT Night card. For legend instances, you need following requirements. In the following, you can see all my stats and attributes. For Hero class, you can max out all the skills. All the skills can be leveled up with skill points except for the core skill, which can be leveled up by only activating S and Star Rune's second line. Black Flame Shadow is Nameless' core skill, allowing him to summon an illusion every time Nameless attacks an enemy. The illusion stays either for 10 seconds or until its target is killed, and only one can exist at the same time. The illusion inherits 100% of Nameless stats except his attacks and his HP. The illusion also has a HP shield if used for PvE. The illusion also attacks like the original, using auto attack in general and using attack skills if the original uses attack skills too. At level 4, the core skill allows you to gain an additional final damage reduction from each illusion you have on the field. At level 7, you will also gain the skill Shadow and Fire Double, which allows you to summon a perfect illusion. Similar to Nameless normal illusion, the perfect illusion also inherits the same attributes as the original, but while this illusion is activated, your main body will remain hiding. Additionally, the perfect illusion acts independently, looking for its own target and lasting for 60 seconds. Sonic Assault is one of your main skills, allowing you to attack the enemy while using auto attack. And the other one is Desperate Shadow Kill, which basically is the same but having more damage and longer cooldown. In addition, you and your illusions are in an invincible state, so you can use this skill for both attacks and survivability. Nameless also have two important buffs, among them Destiny Death. In PvE, this debuff allows enemy to receive 50% more damage from Nameless. Deadly Gaze on the other hand improves your auto attack and skill damage by 30% while marking the closest enemy and the enemy with lowest HP. Marked enemies can be 100% hit, and after killing them, you will gain 10% of the buff's effect, which can stack up to 999 times. Shadow and Firebrand is your anti-fatal skill, restoring your HP and SP to max if used. Basically, you mark an area with this skill and either you click on this skill again, or when you are killed, you will be teleported to that area with full HP and SP. Instant Shadow Through the Heart is your dash skill. In addition, this skill can deal damage to marked target. Assassination Formation is your only AoE skill, which deals one-time damage to enemies within 9-meter radius. This skill is used for surviving rather than killing, because it increases your movement speed to max while getting immunity to range physical damage and magic damage for 3 seconds. Q's Return allows your enemies to get damage and have less final damage if they defeat your illusion. Thanks to this passive skill, you will also deal 100% to enemies of all size. In addition, your damage against large size monsters is increased by 25%. Impermanence improves both DPS and survivability depending on your luck. The more your luck is, the more your penetration, and the lower your damage taken. Thanks to Pure Sin, Nameless sacrifices his ability to use poison for the ability to deal double attack. In addition, your auto attack can remove one buff of your target. Tibetan Front improves your attack speed and crit damage while in hiding state. This is my equipment overview of main and shadow equipments. To boost your damage, you can use Dragon Slayer as your offhand. Try to get Armor Breaker as high as possible for your encha. Alternatively, you can use Following offhand. For offhand, you can use Alista, Torso, or Following card. For armor, I currently use Blessing Liberation to boost my crit damage. Alternatively, you can use Soul Cage, Dragon Blood Armor, or other Shore Patrol. Try to get Sharp 3 or 4 to boost your crit damage. For cards, you can use Following cards. For garment, I choose Imperial Knight's Cape to boost both my crit damage and auto attack damage with VDI and crit damage as encha. Zenobia, Joel, Moonwolf, or Following card can be used in garment to boost your damage. I use these shoes to boost my attack and penetration. Alternatively, you can use Dominator War Boots or Fair Judgment. Try to get high PDI or crit damage as encha. There are some good cards for shoes like Moonistar, Edgarstar, or King of Assassination. As low budget alternatives, you can use Water Spirit or Rainbow 4 card. For accessories, I use Heart of Molten Fire because I focus on fire element. Alternatively, you can either use Diamond Earring or Steel Ambitious. You need to get Sharp Blade 3 or 4 for your encha to boost your attack and physical damage. White Star Knight or Valkyrie is a nice option for accessories. If you can get Devil Governor or Bioweapon card, use them. Inferno Shadow Blade is the best weapon you should use for DPS build. The weapon increases your crit damage, penetration, and auto attack damage. It's also very important to get TF5 as soon as possible to enhance your both main attack skill with skill damage that ignores skill damage reduction. In addition, you can get 15% skill damage if this weapon is at least refined to plus 15. Try to get Sharp Blade or Sharp 3 or 4 to boost your melee damage or crit damage. For cards, you can use Drake Star or Minostar card to boost your damage. For headgear, I currently use Snowy Owl to boost my element damage. Alternatively, you can use Following headgear. Try to get Zeal 3 or 4 in your encha. For cards, you can use Following cards or any penetration or damage related cards. Dreamy Glimmer is one of the base face headgear for auto attack build. Other face headgear that are useful are as follows. For encha, you can go with crit damage or PDI. Ocean's Attachment is one of the best move headgear for PVE. You need to get at least plus 6 to maximize the damage bonus from this one. You can use Heart, Glutinous Imp, or any penetration or damage related move headgear alternatively. Zeal is the best encha for this one. Currently, I use Chicken Eggs to boost my damage. Otherwise, you can use Following back headgear. For encha, you can go with Sharp 3 or 4. For tail, you can use any damage related tail headgear such as Fog Herald, Fluffy, or Rock Bunny. In my case, I have enough auto attack damage and penetration. That's why It's Too Late is the best tail headgear for me. Try to get Sharp Blade as high as possible to boost your damage. For shadow equipments, you can use following equipments. The enchant should be the same like the one for main equipments. For offhand, I recommend you to use Think Magic Bracelet or Skeleton Bracelet. For armor, you can either use Chosen's Armor or Ninja Clothes. For Guardman, I choose Cloud's Undershirt to improve my crit damage and auto attack damage. I use Saint Mary's because the shoes are good shoes overall for both physical and magic user. Alternatively, you can use Following to boost your damage. For accessories, I recommend you to use Hermit's Bundle in combination with Ninja's Clothes to get the set effect. Feather Beam is also a good one and cheaper alternative for accessories. For the second accessory, Fading Tear is a nice one to improve your crit damage, especially since Nameless can trigger the effect pretty quick. Any accessories that are useful are as follows. For the attack mirror, you can use either Baelge's Armor, Slash, Combustible Knife, or Claw. For the defense mirror, you can use anything you desire. For the relic, I recommend you to use Horn of the Unyielding for better survivability, or Load of Pain to boost your damage through penetration and higher element coefficient. In the following, you can see my recommendation for all 4 equipment memories. For the attribute runes, you can put yours as shown below. For the advanced runes, you should prioritize to get all runes with the second line to get max score level 7. Killing Intent Spreading Rune increases the duration of Deadly Gaze by up to 30 seconds. Calm Action Rune reduces cooldown of Assassination Formation by up to 3 seconds. Rune of Resurgence allow you to restore your HP by up to 2% per second when Shadow and Firebrand is marked on the ground. For PVE, the following 3-star runes would be nice to have both second line and high value. Critical Strike rune increases the damage of the first slash of Desperate Shadow Kill by up to 500%. Sonic Penetration rune improves the damage of your Sonic Assault by up to 40%. Painkiller rune improves the damage taken to your target caused by Destiny Death by up to 25% more. For Arcane runes, I recommend you to use following runes. Use White Blade rune to boost your damage against solo enemy. War Preparedness rune is a nice one to improve your survivability. For the third Arcane rune, you can choose whatever you desire. I choose Cunning rune for more survivability. For AC runes, you can like on all the rune points with guild contributions. In the following, you can see all attributes you can get from AC runes. Prioritize to get important related attributes such as penetration, PDI, and crit damage. For my damage tests including Ponape Museum, Lost Isle, and Ponape's Secret Realm, you can watch my previous video. In the following, you can see the list of pro and contra of using Nameless for PvE. That's it. That was my PvE build of Nameless. In my opinion, this class is definitely worth it to try and can compete with some of PvE classes. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Feel free to ask and give comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. See you soon, your FLyTuT.